Hey guys, welcome back to GamePlayX4, another Friday night with the homies. Obviously, there's still some members missing, but they'll eventually come in. Oh my god, this dude. Or whatever. It's only two of us, right? Seems like Kenny,
Nah, I think he crashed.
Kenny has some technical difficulties.
Yeah, it's good.
I mean,
Continue.
that's the excuse that we just came out for him. But he just doesn't want to be here. That's the sad reality. Nah, stop lying to us. Okay. How you been, Kenneth?
Tired. The job is really busy. Also looking for a new job.
You working in the mornings now?
I'm thinking about moving over because I want to move up.
You
I'm
gonna
gonna
morning section? Are you gonna move up to the morning?
Well, yeah. Well, the job, if I were to move up, is just gonna be a 9 to 5. It's gonna be a normal 9 to 5.
Okay,
Yeah.
not bad.
So
You
I
gotta be
think
grinding more though.
so we'll move up or move out, and move out as in leave the company.
Yeah.
In the company.
Yeah.
Why you want to apply now? Because you obviously had already gathered a certain amount of experience for quite a while.
Yeah, definitely.
Well, you been having the job you have right now. You've been at it for like what, more than 1 year?
No, it's about to be a year in December.
2 years?
What?
3 years?
1 year.
Oh,
1 year. In
Okay,
December.
okay. That's some good shit. Still looking for a job. We all jobless. Yeah, it's COVID season.
No, it's not that. Just looking for shit I want.
Yeah,
That I really want to do, but the things like
but it's the normal struggle everyone else.
oh whatever.
Anyways,
Call it
any games that you guys been playing lately that has surprised you? Kenna, you said that you're gonna be playing what, Worlds, whatever you want to call it.
Bro, New World.
New
A
World.
game that I've been playing the past 2 weeks.
There's actually a few things I have to do. Like this holiday season is really bad for my wallet.
Why?
like-
that's because you bought that statue you were talking about.
Yeah, so I have the two statues. One is
Damn.
$1,800. The other one is $1,000. And then I have the Steam Deck, the PlayStation 5, Metroid Dread, New World, which I just bought.
You bought the PlayStation 5?
No, I'm trying to get one.
Bro, they're like at least $800. You're not gonna get it for less.
They were saying that they were gonna get more.
Yeah,
no, you can register now to get one.
There's so many games to play, and there's so many consoles I have to buy. I have to buy the Switch OLED.
Like, you actually gonna buy one?
Yeah, I mean, did you ever see the Switch OLED? It looks pretty good.
I thought it wasn't worth the upgrade.
I mean, if you want to play a handheld, it is.
I think it is worth it though.
I think the screen looks really nice.
I mean, there's a bunch of games I want to play, but right now I'm just gonna stick with the New World. Till I get bored in November, and then Shiny Pearl, Brilliant Diamond's gonna come out.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You have all these games, man.
So
I have to play that today.
Are you gonna sell one of your Switches?
Yeah, I already did.
Oh, you already did?
I already did. Yeah, I sold one so I could get the sold one so I could get the OLED.
Did you sell it for a decent price?
Yeah, well, the one I sold, I bought because I bought the first Switch for full price. But the second Switch only bought it for like $125.
That makes
sense.
Used?
Yeah, it was used.
Oh, did you sell it for more?
Yeah, I sold it for like $250.
Really?
Yeah.
Man, that person must have been like needed for money to sell that for $150.
Well, I bought it for $150 like years ago. Years ago.
That's some
That's not bad.
Isn't it what, $400?
The OLED?
No, just the Switch itself.
The Switch is like $330 because I live in California, so it's 10% tax. So it's $300 plus 10% tax. For about $330.
So, how much you spending in total? More like $3K?
About $3.5K.
Damn.
That's
your Christmas and your birthday present.
That's all of our Christmases and birthdays.
Oh, you what? The next second Christmas?
I'm sorry, you guys not getting any gifts until like 3 years from now.
Bro.
On my birthday, it's just Digimon cards because I'm
Digimon card. Get the fuck out of here. I don't know why you guys buy more cards. Just just
They're
laying
expensive.
all around.
They're expensive. The new celebration card is gonna be
Don't you
expensive.
guys play the game digitally?
You can, but
You
it's not.
can.
It's not the same as being in person.
Yeah, it's not the same. It's not the same feeling.
Just go back to Yu-Gi-Oh, bro. I don't know why you guys want to just get into
You can't
Goku.
even play Yu-Gi no more, right?
Why do you guys
That's what
want
I'm
to do
saying.
your Dragon Ball and stuff?
I left Yu-Gi-Oh a long time ago.
Unless
I was just tired of the BS.
I
What
want
BS?
Digimon. It's
Anyways,
BS because the price range is stupid.
Unbreakable boards.
I
alright.
thought we were gonna play that Monopoly game, though. The one you bought.
Yeah, we ought to play it. It's a collector's edition, so you better not mess it up. No, I'm just kidding. I'm opening
I'm
it. So I don't
gonna
care.
fuck that shit up.
I'm opening it. So I don't really care if you mess it up.
Alright
So
then.
you already fucked up the price once you open it.
Right. Once you open it, it's not
It's a
collector's.
GG, though. Like $10, like the same Monopoly as before.
Yeah.
Alright, then let's get into the first story, I guess. Up today, so Nintendo Switch Online, we had what was it called? The thing?
If the price is great, the prices
No,
of
but
playing
didn't we have
online.
another like live for Nintendo? Yeah, right.
Yeah, and Animal Crossing.
Animal Crossing, the DLC that's gonna come out with the
The Happy House
that
parents.
happen.
So they come out with a
Happy Home
release
parents.
date and a pricing reveal, which is what, $50?
So $50 for one person, $80 for a family.
Yeah, it's kind of stupid. It's $50 for one
$80 for the whole
person.
family. Are you
Yeah,
gonna get that family pack in again?
why?
So the thing
You
is
know.
that I'm not gonna lie, right? I'm not gonna lie. I think if okay, first of all, Nintendo Switch Online is trash, but Nintendo
It
Switch
is.
Plus the expansion pack seems kind of overpriced unless they keep doing this. If they're telling me that, right, if you get the expansion pack, if you're telling me that not only would I get 64 games,
Genesis game.
six Sega games, NES games, GameCube games one day, Wii games one day, but I also get all the DLC for all their games, then it might be worth it.
Only that.
Because think about it, right? Like if you telling me that I could get expansion pack and get like both the fighter passes for Smash Bros, right?
Mhm.
All the DLC for Hyrule Warriors, right? All the DLC for Breath of the Wild and into Metroid Dread just by paying for this expansion pack per
Might
year,
as well, yeah.
it might not be a bad deal, depending on how many expansions or
You think
DLC.
they did this because the battle pass for Xbox?
Battle Pass? I mean,
The
you mean Game
Xbox,
Pass?
Microsoft, yeah.
Uh, I think the one thing, because we did a story about it a while ago.
Yeah.
The one thing that Nintendo realized is that people weren't really keeping their online subscription. And so I think they just try as much as they can to like make it so you would actually want to keep it and actually expand it, right? Because no one was keeping it. Everyone was just like, I'll buy 1 month, that's it.
Yeah.
And we'll come back. But they want people to keep it for years. So like you see they offer a decent amount of stuff. Online play, NES, cloud saves, all that stuff. But the thing is that the service itself is just so like
Unreliable.
it's unreliable and lackluster, right? That
Mhm.
it never really gave you a reason to actually keep it. It was like it gave you like extra nice features, but it was things that didn't really matter, right? Like because you could, if you have a Switch, you could just pull out the SD card if you want to back up your saves and all that
Yeah,
stuff.
pretty much.
And then most people didn't care about the NES games. Most people didn't care about most people are not gonna care about the emulator games. Only real reason people bought online was to like play Smash Bros and
Mario
Animal
Kart.
Crossing, Mario Kart, right? But Smash Bros had a terrible experience, so that died. And Mario Kart is better, but not by much. So that kind of like, eh. And then Animal Crossing, you don't really need that much internet in the first place, so that was fine.
Yeah.
So it was like a lot of people just like, cool, I'm just not gonna buy it.
Yeah, but I think there is no point to pay $50. There's no
I mean,
point.
let's
I
say
mean,
it's overpriced only if you get all the DLC. Like I said, if you get
no,
all the
but
DLC, it's not it's fine.
yeah, but Do you still need a controller 64 to play the Nintendo 64 games?
No, you don't.
No, you don't.
No, you don't. You don't.
Better be, because I was gonna be
Yeah,
pissed.
no, they all the games that they're releasing have modern controller support. They're just if you want to buy the 64 controller, you can. Like if you want to have
Yeah,
the original experience.
there's no point paying this much money for just playing Nintendo 64 games in Genesis. To be honest, and then if it were GameCube games, I would say yes because there's a value on GameCube games. But I don't see that in Nintendo 64.
No, that's definitely valuable 64 games. You're just crazy.
But I'm not paying 54. But the least I could pay is $34.99. But I'm not gonna pay $50.
Yeah, but like you said, like if you will get the Nintendo Wii library,
Right, the Wii, the GameCube, the 64, I guess Genesis 2, NES, the Super NES, along with all the DLC for all their games, it could be worth it. I can see myself paying for it for all that.
what about without the DLCs?
Without the DLCs, it's way too overpriced.
Oh.
It's way too overpriced because
So-
they're essentially like doubling the price.
So
Yeah.
so what they offering right now is not even worth it.
If they say if the only DLC they're giving you is the Animal Crossing one, then no. If they're gonna give you like more, maybe depending on how much more they give you and if it covers the future too.
Look, for hardcore gamers, whoever play Animal Crossing, which is 80% of the people who play it on Switch, they're gonna go buy the expansion, man. Because of Animal Crossing, I believe it's only from Animal Crossing.
Yeah.
For people who wants to experience the Nintendo 64 games, they're only gonna care about Nintendo 64 games.
Wait. Is this a new game?
No, it's
No,
an expansion
it's the
DLC.
Animal Crossing that came out last year, yeah.
Oh, okay, so
Yeah.
it's just an expansion. Oh,
Right. Just,
It's an expansion DLC. Like you can go to a new island and stuff.
oh.
And basically, yeah, like you're gonna be like real estate in the Animal Crossing. That's gonna be.
Yeah, but is this like where you have to buy like you say you have to pay a full year or you do it money price?
That's a year price. $50. I think more than $50. $50 just to buy for 1 year for one person online use.
right.
And then I don't know what's $85, $89,
$79.99 for
$79.99 for
family.
the family pack
Right.
for multiple people. So you have to pay $80 per year.
Right.
I guess.
I mean, look, if you're like old school for the Nintendo 64 games and you wanna, feel the feeling of playing Nintendo 64 games, just don't buy it. We have better stuff right here. We can play Nintendo 64
Yeah,
games.
you could find, like you said, you could find emulators, right? And you just, we don't want to say where to get the games, but you can find emulator, find the games online, and you can play them on your computer now, right? Or you could play them, on the Switch.
The only thing that I see is favorite is the Animal Crossing DLC because it's gonna switch the game on Animal Crossing, but it's gonna be the same thing to be honest. But that's why you're paying the extra like what $30 just to get the DLC on Animal Crossing. The rest is like whatever, but it's up to the people's taste to be honest.
Yeah, but I mean, like Kenneth, you said like, they should include at least the Wii library, right? But then
Yeah.
again, what about those games that you can only play with the nunchuck and the Wii remote?
I mean the Switch you have motion controls.
Yeah, but I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Would they have to update, the
Of course.
the
but
controller support, all those?
The thing is, like the controls for the nunchuck and the Wii remote are on the Switch. Like the nunchuck could just be one of the left Joy-Con and the Wii remote could be the right Joy-Con.
Yep.
It's pretty much the same.
Oh wow. Yeah, but I'm just saying they will have to actualize the controller for.
Yeah. They're gonna have to rework it for sure.
Yeah. So I mean,
But
I guess so. Like until they actually decide to update their library a little bit more and make it more appealing to everyone else, then I guess for those people like yourself who said, "No, I need more content if I want to spend at least $50 a year."
Yeah, because the thing is, the content that they're giving is really like old. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
It's really old. and it's like you have to give me more than 20, 30-year-old games
Yeah,
for me to like want to pay that much money. Like these
Yeah.
games, and on top of that, a lot of those games have been re-released multiple times too. So
Yeah.
yeah.
it's not like you're giving us any brand new content. Like if you give me Mario 64, Mario
I already played.
64 was right. Mario 64 was released on the 64, of course. It was released on the Wii. I believe it was released on the 3DS. It was released on the Switch. So I'm like, I could. Why would I just want to pay for the same game
Yeah.
again?
Already
Like you
fine.
need
Yeah.
you need more. Like you need more than just that.
I mean, that's why I feel like if they put the GameCube right there with all of these, they might got me like with there's a lot of
Yeah,
GameCube
but
games. That's really
you
good.
know how Nintendo is. They're not gonna put the games that are like bomb
No.
games. You know what I mean? The ones we like more likely say, "Oh, we won this game." Right? They're not gonna put. They're gonna put like, they're gonna single out the games they won from Nintendo exclusively, and they're not gonna go and bring like third party games that were pretty. One of those that they were not very popular, but they became popular later on. Like he was able to gather an audience, and they started growing from there. A clear example would be the Simpson road rage game. A lot of people liked it, but at the beginning it
All
didn't
right.
have a big audience. Until now, people was like, "Oh, that's my ball game. I played that when I was little, right?"
Yeah, hit
And
and run.
people was like, "Oh, they should make a remake, or they should make a new one."
Right.
All right, but those kind of games you're not gonna see them in the library, of course.
But that's the thing. People wanted to make a remake. They want it remastered, right?
Yeah,
Remade.
remaster. Yeah.
But Nintendo isn't doing that. They just give you the same game on a different platform.
No, but even then, I don't think they would even do that. Yeah,
Yeah, that's
people were like,
true.
it's like, okay, well, fine. We're not gonna get a remake. The US don't gonna put the money and effort to make a new one. Like, at least give us a fucking game, right? So we can play it on our Switch. I was like,
Right.
nah.
Right.
Here's Excite Truck. Go play Excite Truck again. Yeah, I mean, like a game that, it was fun. Excite Truck was a good game. Um, it was a rare good game, but it's still like we don't want Excite Truck. I mean, we want classics that we would
Right.
like to play. Third party games that more likely Nintendo's like, we don't want to give. We don't want to give a little bit of our income to those third party
I
studios
think
that make those games.
the thing is because the thing is like Nintendo's doing a minimum effort, right? What they need to do is they need to look at the games and stop being cheap and put it on there, right? Because you know what gets people to play games? Trilogies, right? Sequels, things that they
Yeah.
could binge,
Mhm.
right? So it's like if you're about to release a Metroid game, put all the Metroid games relevant to the story back to back. You're like, hey, this is the first Metroid, this is the second Metroid, this is the third Metroid, this is the story so far, right?
Yeah.
This is the one thing that I hate Kingdom Hearts because Square Enix abused it to holy hell, right?
Yeah.
But they did that so many times, right? They did the story so far,
Yeah.
and then they did with the remakes and all that other extra BS. They still need to do that, right? Because you're talking about games. Because think about it, right? Metroid Dread came out 13 years after Other M. Okay, that was so Other M was like the last major Metroid game before Dread, but that was 13 years ago. 13 years ago, a lot of 13-year-olds were not even born yet, right? Or they were barely being born. 13 years ago, I was a kid.
Yeah.
And
Been a while,
so, yeah, and so how many like it is the sequel, the prequel to this game actually came out in 2001, right? I played this
Hell,
game when I was like 8 years old. And so people are not gonna go back and play Metroid Fusion. They're not gonna go try to look for Metroid Fusion, as I say, so they can understand the story. They're gonna just look it up online. So that's why it'd be better if there's like, okay, cool. Here's Metroid Dread. It's been a long time on the emulator. Here's the first Metroid, second Metroid,
Mhm.
third Metroid. Here's Metroid, Metroid 2, Super Metroid, Metroid Fusion, right?
Yeah.
That way everyone can look at it like, okay, cool. Same thing. Metroid Prime 4. Okay, cool. Here's Metroid Prime 1, 2, 3. Okay, now you know the story. Go out and buy 4. Stuff like that, I think, will push sales more than anything because it gives people a chance to be invested in a franchise. A lot of people, like I said, around, like, remember Metroid started? The Metroid game started before I was even born. And then they're still going. And I'm like 30 years old, right? And so it's like it's one of those things where it's like if you're trying to get into a lot of these franchises, especially these old Nintendo franchises, they need to put more effort into like giving people that experience, right? Like if people play like Paper Mario, right? Give Paper Mario 1, 2, 3, and 4. Give them all. I think it's 5 too. And so I think if they did stuff like that, like kind of like a Netflix model where you could like binge each game, which is not healthy for you at all because games are longer than TV shows. But
Yeah.
if you want to binge these games, they give you the chance to do it. That way, you can actually understand what's going on by the time they decide to release another 20-year-old game,
Okay.
and then it'll be worth it.
Yeah, I agree with you. But Nintendo is not gonna do that. They're not gonna put full effort when they're getting so much success with putting little. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because you'll be more. I guarantee you'll be more likely to play Mario if you had 64, Sunshine, Galaxy 1 and 2, 3D World,
And
and then
Odyssey.
new and Odyssey
Yeah.
back to back versus just here's Galaxy,
Because
here's 64 again, here's out of nowhere, right? Because they just like sprinkle them out every once in a while.
Yeah.
And it's just like okay,
I thought they were gonna do the. I thought they were gonna start doing like the Mario All Stars, even though in the game like that. I
yeah,
thought they're gonna do it with Paper Mario also. Paper Mario games for Nintendo 64 all the way to the Wii.
right. No, they should. They should do the Paper Mario game.
Yeah,
They
but
sh-
instead they're just putting these all Nintendo 64s on
yeah,
deck. So
right. They said they're doing kind of like the bare minimum. It sucks.
yeah, they're just killing it right now. And I kind of don't like that. So
But
Of course, fix your game.
don't you like can you play like all 64 games online with other people? Like multiplayer?
64?
no,
No, I'm not sure. I don't think so. Yeah.
I think so because that would be dope.
they were saying that about Mario Kart Nintendo 64 that you could play
Because
online with other
like they
people.
should just like putting like Diddy Kong Racing, we could all play online against each other. But obviously they're not gonna do that because too much in the that's just giving too much to the user for so little.
And that's a bad game.
Well, shut up. Anyways, Kenneth is just a mad hater guy. Don't listen to him. We all love Diddy Kong Racing better than Mario Kart, and that's a good answer.
Well,
Anyways,
Mario Kart still gets sequels.
no,
but it's
it
Diddy
sucks.
Kong
It sucks. All right, all right. So let's move on from the Nintendo Online update to the Major Dread, which has progressed and stopping bug. Nintendo has promised a patch for it, and I know Josh could have talked this because I don't know if he have played the game. Have you played the game, Kenneth?
I haven't played the game, but I know what the bug is.
Which one is it?
There's a door in Metroid Dread. Oh, because there's a system where you can put like a little pin on the
Mhm.
door to kind of like show yourself where you're going or where to go back to. And so there's doors in the game that you have to destroy, right? Because it's a Metroid game.
Yeah.
You always have to destroy the door. So if you pin the door and you destroy it, it stops the progression. So you put the pin on the door and then you destroy that door, it stops the progression. But if you remove the game would just crash. The game would just crash.
Yeah, literally.
But if you take the pin off and then destroy the door, you're fine. Which is what Nintendo says: take the pin off and then destroy the door. And you're
Yeah,
okay.
so but people were saying like that by the end of October they were gonna fix the thing. So.
Right. This patch is gonna come out in the end of this month.
Yeah, but it's just a movement that even the new game for Nintendo Switch has bugs. So, but I love it. They're just gonna patch the
I mean, every game has to have something like this at their launch. I mean,
Well, the thing is, this is one of the few times a Nintendo game has had something had a bug like this. Most Nintendo games are usually pretty polished.
yeah.
Which that's why I believe that I do believe that they're gonna come out with a patch because Nintendo's one thing is quality, and so they're definitely gonna move that out quickly.
I mean, at least in Nintendo games.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, did you get a copy of this?
Not yet, because I already bought New World, so I'm gonna get to level 60 in New World first, and then I will play Metroid Dread.
Well,
Hopefully, I can do that before I get a PlayStation.
well, sucks that Josh isn't here to put his little grain on what he thinks about this.
Bro,
I think he hasn't even played, right? He hasn't even opened it, has he?
I don't think so.
Yeah. Well, I know even Andres, he bought a copy as well.
Right.
All right, so let's move on to the next one. Final Fantasy 14 surpasses 24 million players and becomes the most profitable Final Fantasy game in the series. We think
Makes
about
sense.
this.
Well, the Final Fantasy 14 is the MMO, so it makes sense that's the most profitable Final Fantasy game.
Well, yeah, everybody was waiting for that. Even Andres and Josh were talking about like playing that game. So
Yeah, this game is well. First of all, this game directly benefited from. We talked about it the WoW Exodus
hmm
because people, like I said, people are just tired of Blizzard and Activision now, and so World of Warcraft saw like a mass exodus of players, just like this
hmm
gigantic
I think it was
movement of
a
players
movement, right? Yeah, it was a
right
movement.
out of the game, and so the game that picked up the vast majority of those players is Final Fantasy
Is Final
14.
Fantasy 14? Yeah.
Yeah, so like you said, even though the game has been out for I think like almost 10 years now, it's it's just past 24 million players, it's making it pretty big. It's a pretty big MMO. It's now the most profitable one, which makes sense. Like I said, it's the MMO. You have to pay a monthly subscription, I believe.
Yeah.
And so yeah,
The
so you just have
uh,
people moved from WoW to this.
So it's like World of Warcraft or something like that.
Yeah, pretty much.
yeah.
I
I mean,
didn't know you had to pay to play online.
Yeah, World of Warcraft you got to play a monthly subscription.
No,
mhm.
no, but for Final Fantasy.
Well, for this Final Fantasy, yeah. For the other Final Fantasy, no.
Mm.
Only for this one.
Yeah, because this is the MMO one. The other ones
Yeah.
aren't MMOs.
Oh, that's crazy.
I think it had a lot of MMOs has been coming out because New World is one, Final 14, so another one. Yeah, I don't
I
know
can't
if
believe people actually play this game so much.
they do.
The thing is like I know you don't like games, right? But
No, at least
for
MMO games. Like
yeah, you
I'm
hate
not so.
everything.
No, I don't
The
hate
thing
it.
is
I'm
that
just not that kind of
yeah, but the thing is
strategy.
that
Is not my shit. Uh huh.
for people who play the game, it's not really about the game. It's about the community within the game. Like, because remember, like in an MMO, you could talk to other people,
Uh-huh.
right? And so when people go into an MMO, like they make friends, they set up times. Like you'd be surprised. Like if just like I played a lot of MMOs in my time. If you talk to a lot of people, you see a lot of people out there who are just like
Yeah,
they just want to have some friends, just want to have some
Well,
fun.
right now you guys are playing
Something that these
MMO,
have
right?
to
bro.
right.
A New World is a constant new game, bro. Do you know how many people I just made just New World just by talking to them? Yo, you
Yeah,
had the same quest? Yeah, I had the same quest. Where is that? Oh, here it is. Let me help you. And after
right,
that, you do the same quest together, and then you're friends after that.
right. And that's what it's really about in an MMO. Like, but 24 million players is a lot. I think that's like wild numbers. I think if it keeps continuing like this, World of Warcraft might lose the top spot for the first time ever.
I mean, World of Warcraft have 32 million players, right? Some
26
point.
million.
Fuck, 36.
Yeah, so they're actually closing in on them.
I won't be surprised because there's a lot of fans playing Final Fantasy. So
Yeah, a lot of
just
them moved over.
yeah, but it's about the franchise. They get more popular because of that, and more people were like they're more like what you call it. They're
Yeah,
more like already bored with WoW. They just changed to Final Fantasy. They just
yeah.
carry on the legacy from there. So
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's Final Fantasy for you guys. Keep spending your money on this. They might have they might as well make another game.
I mean, no. These are MMO games, right?
Yeah, no,
Yeah,
no,
so,
yeah.
but to be honest,
But how many there's been a lot of World of Warcrafts, right?
A lot of expansions, yeah.
Yeah.
expansions just.
Um,
But I feel like
And apparently, from what I hear, they've been getting progressively worse.
oh god,
but they're gonna make the movie a reality. Okay, whatever.
we'll see.
All right, so we got Activision, obviously talking about the big boss right here. Activision Blizzard lawsuits have hit a major snag. So, can it enlighten us? What happened with Activision now?
Okay, so essentially, what happened was they settled for $18 million with the Equal Employment Opportunity Commission. And so the problem here is that when they made the settlement, the EEOC, which is what I just said,
hmm
they want to seal the records.
Oh my gosh.
Right.
That's
And
a
so
move.
if they seal the records, then I'll stop the California lawsuit with the Department of Employment and Housing, the DFEH.
Mm-hmm.
It'll stop them from having because there's evidence in that suit that they can use to prove their case. So if they seal the record, they will no longer have access to
Available
that
there, yeah.
to that evidence unless they get a court order. But you can't just get a court order; you have to have good reason for it.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like that's what they're afraid of. So the DFEH is I think they raised an objection. I believe so. I believe it was an objection to
Yeah,
the to
conflict of
the
interest.
yeah to sealing those records. And so now they have to go through all that before they could get back to the lawsuit.
And if they lose this one, they lose the whole case, I believe.
Well, if they don't have the evidence, it increases their chance of losing again.
Settling. I mean, any other company would do it. You know, to actually settle to do that because if you actually, it's actually could hurt of it in the long term.
Yeah.
So yeah, it makes sense for them to settle and try to close that out, preventing the other people from using that information that is being used in the trial. I guess. Stupid division. But I'm sure they're gonna get away with it. Money.
I mean, they're
Or
probably
they
just gonna settle again. We know
Yeah.
we know how it goes.
Yeah.
or they just dug in the grave more deeper. So I don't know.
I mean,
Yeah.
shit, if they have the money to pay it, other people are just willing to.
We already know that Blizzard was still gonna pay money to settle it. We already knew that.
Right.
I mean,
It just not. We just didn't know that how much trouble it's gonna be for them to settle down.
everyone has a price, but I don't know. You don't know. They might. The other people might say like, "Nah, we want to just continue. We don't want to settle." But okay, so now Steam. So just a blockchain.
Yeah.
Why?
Go on.
Why Steam is banning games, guys?
Oh, okay. So they're not banning all games; they're just banning ones that use blockchain technology. NFTs is also use blockchain technology.
Like what? Are you putting money into the
Well, you're not putting real money. Essentially, what it is, you use it for many things, but I think in this particular case, some of the blockchain games, I think it allowed them to have like their their cryptocurrency wallets
Mhm.
in the game. I could be wrong about that. It could be just I think it was game currency, but they can use
Yeah,
the
that
game
was
currency in one game to use blockchain technology to move it to another game. So let's say like I had like 1,000,000 gold in like World of Warcraft 1, right?
Yeah.
And then if the game used blockchain technology, it had a proper ledger software, then what it could do is that you could take if they ever decide to make like a World of Warcraft 2, you could just like kind of move all your money over to like
Oh,
World of
transfer the
Warcraft
money.
2. Yeah.
Wow, that's not fair.
So it's
Wow.
like not like that, but like also like NFTs and stuff, which is pretty much the same technology, but for like pictures. It's like art. A lot of people did that. They call it NFT. It wasn't meant for art, but you can use it for that. And so they pretty much just banned it straight out. They said no NFTs, no blockchain stuff, yada yada. And then Epic Games Store said, they're gonna try to make it work because they have to do everything opposite that Steam does. Like
Mhm.
Steam has a cart, Epic Games Store doesn't have a cart. You know how it works.
Oh, no. So, well, does it has to be the same game, the same currency game to transfer to the other
Uh,
one?
well, it would be the same, right? Because it would be
Mm.
it'll be using blockchain.
I thought it was gonna be like, oh, you mean the fake currency, right? Like you say, if it's like,
You
right?
want to call it fake, yeah.
Man,
Oh, it is
I'm
fake.
just wondering. I'm just wondering who's snitch. Like who is
It's
snitch?
gonna beat up people.
Who like overuse this shit to a point that people is like, oh, they're using this. We had to ban it. Sorry.
I mean, yeah. Because the thing is that I get what you're saying. Because you could develop a pretty extensive economy on that stuff. Because I use the example of a wallet, but it doesn't have to be a wallet, right? It can be an item
Yeah.
right? Like let's say that there's like this helmet that you can only get from fighting a boss or something. If that one person is like a once in a lifetime boss, right?
Mm-hmm.
If the people who go and fight that boss, they can get that helmet, it'll only be that one helmet. You know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
So you can move it. So what could end up happening is that, like, let's say they release the boss again, right? And then they decide to do that helmet again, like as like a second edition, right?
Wow.
Now you'll be able to tell the difference between a first edition and second edition. If they won't even go that far, they could make it completely unique if they wanted to, right? So they could make
Yeah.
it so there's like one helmet, like in the whole world. And if someone decides to get that helmet, then they can sell it on like their open marketplace, right? The games
Yeah.
marketplace. They can sell it, and then that helmet wasn't hacked in or anything because it would have the technology telling you
Like
it went from
I
this
re-
guy to this guy, this guy.
I remember that Steam has these trading markets that you can sell rare skins for weapons, right?
Yeah,
For any game. Yeah, I remember you can use your real money with that.
yeah,
And people got in trouble because you can actually get those skins for free by doing some sketchy shit and
yeah,
then getting real money for it. I thought it was gonna
yeah,
be like that, like
yeah.
you can make fake currency to real currency.
Well, yeah, people are using it for like money laundering and shit.
Yeah.
So because what they would do is that they would take fake money, buy skins, buy loot boxes, buy stuff like that,
Mhm.
and then in the Steam you can sell those loot boxes for actual money. That's
Yeah.
the thing. You can sell those skins for actual money, and so
Yeah.
they would just get the super expensive skin, and then they would turn around and sell it
Sell it for real money.
on the
Yeah.
marketplace. Yeah, so
Yeah,
it's all about it.
I
It's
saw that
crazy.
like a big problem when I saw H1Z1, and the
Yeah,
first time I saw the trading currency on Steam, I thought like, man, somebody making mad money and just making fake currency. Because if you could buy like loot boxes with fake currency, there's no way of stumping you. Because the problem is not making real currency to fake currency. The problem is whoever making fake currency happening, he's
yeah.
getting millions of money because you can just make real money with that.
Oh yeah, like it was the same with the trading cards. Like if you just made some trading cards, you could sell. You can make your game really easy to get trading cards in, and
Hmm.
just sell the trading card.
It just remind me of those fake Yu-Gi-Oh! And I like the old days, those fake Yu-Gi-Oh! That I remember the Blue Eyes had 300,000 points, damage attack
Mm.
points,
It's funny.
and people were just buying it,
Yeah,
bro.
yeah, that's essentially why they banned it. That and a lot of times it's a scam. It is what it is.
It is what it is.
Yeah, I mean
I
it is what it is. There's nothing you
I
can do
just
about
don't know why until right now, 5 years later or 10 years
Oh.
later, I believe they now care about it, like bro.
it. Because now everyone else cares about it. Because
Just
hey,
for that,
like
man.
5, 6 years ago, no one cared about this stuff.
I mean, they already got like a mad money about it, so why do we care now?
Well, talking
But people
about
are
unstable markets, or industry trying to capitalize on opportunity. We have FIFA, EA Sports
Oh my god! Don't even start with
trying
FIFA.
to buck in on the rights. Well, no, it's not EA Sports. It's FIFA itself, right?
FIFA, yeah.
FIFA
FIFA
itself was
itself.
like, you know what? This game is popular, just like an NFL game. People keep buying it. It's still the number one
Well,
selling
yeah.
game
What else?
every year. Both sports games, they sell like ridiculously.
Right.
All right. And there's not talk about the online gameplay, right? Which is almost like like casino bullshit. All
Right.
right. So FIFA, knowing how much EA Sports is making with both of this game, is saying,
Right.
okay, fine. Now, if you want the rights, like the exclusive rights of all the not just the national teams, but also the teams from every other country, right?
Yeah.
If you
The
want,
uniforms, everything.
yeah, uniforms, stuff like that, you have to buy from almost for $1 billion every 4 years.
Yeah.
And in the year sport, just like,
Nope.
I don't know about that, homie. You get me? Yeah,
Right.
man. So there's just a battle going on between them trying to like negotiate. If
Right.
Bro,
Right. So yeah.
FIFA
So
wants $1 billion, my guy.
Yeah. So it started off with EA coming out and saying they were going to rebrand the FIFA games.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It was going to be FIFA, and then it was revealed that the reason why they want to rebrand it is because FIFA is charged them $1 billion for the license for every 4 years. And then we know why. We learned why, which is the reason why FIFA's doing that is because they want to make more. They want to make more sports games, more esports titles, stuff like that.
Yeah.
Because right now, I think EA is like the only one that has a FIFA game,
Well, not.
and
Well, they have their own, and it's the most famous soccer game, right? FIFA, EA Sports, FIFA, whatever.
but is it the only licensed FIFA?
I mean, according
It just
to
is,
Right.
I mean, there's some exclusivity to some teams
Right.
that Konami has been able to bank on, and because
Yeah.
of that, FIFA has been forced to make some changes, like for the stadiums and for the likenesses of some players and some of the uniforms. They had to
Right.
just make it similar, like close to resemblance,
Right.
and they had to change the name of the stadiums and make a whole brand new stadiums for some teams because those teams in particular. We could talk about teams from the Premier League in England or in Spain or anything like that in German. They have sold their exclusivities to Konami
Right.
with a new. I think what they call it is a new type of. I think it's not EA. It's just like it's they have it. It's called E football. That's what they
Oh
call it.
yeah. The Pro Evolution Soccer. Right?
Yeah, Pro Evolution. It used to be PASS,
Pro
right?
Evolution.
It used to be
Right.
PASS, but now it's called eFootball. They renamed it, they rebranded it. It's trash. I mean, not the gameplay mechanics. I'm talking about the the way the players look. Because since they don't
Right.
have all the exclusive rights like EA Sports FIFA does. Oh my god. I went to like everyone were making fun of. I'm at least in the soccer football community all around the world. They were making fun of the graphics from eFootball because oh my god, they look horrendous. It looks so fucking ugly. It's almost like we go back to those like FIFA 2005 or 2004 where most of the resemblance of the players didn't even look like them. Right?
Yeah.
This one's with the technology they have, it's not even close. Like most of the famous players that look like chipmunks. Right?
Yeah, it looks so kitty,
but that's the thing. So we know that EA kind of leans on this game for money, right?
Yeah.
Like
FIFA
the Ultimate League
Oh
stuff,
my god.
Ultimate Team stuff makes them so much money a year. It's ridiculous.
Once
Like,
they started that,
they could afford to not put microtransactions in other games because this game makes so much money.
yeah, because they put microtransactions on the
Right.
game, now they're making my money. And now because they're gonna have trouble because now they change they don't have no rights to the names of the soccer league games. They're not gonna get anything about it because people who play fans who play the game don't like that thing.
Yeah, but FIFA is looking at them as like, they have a little bank over there. And we know, I don't know if we did discover. I mean, we did talked about this. I think we did, but back in the day, where FIFA was charged with corruption, right? I'm talking about not the EA Sports, but I think EA Sports as well. But it was the FIFA organization was caught, right, with doing the whole Panama Papers. The Canal Papers, they were caught doing all this saving money over there and accounts what they're supposed to. So both FIFA is well known to be massively corrupted, and in EA Sports we know that they have made the game in such a gambling environment, for children to spend their money on like crazy, right? Which is bad because it targets mainly those type of consumers, right? Who are addicted to that kind of game where you go and buy a bunch of microtransactions to get some kind of goods, right?
Right.
And now I think they also they've done the same thing with FIFA. I mean EA Sports owns the NBA Live, but it's not NBA Live. It's the 2K Sports, which they're not owned by EA, right?
Right. No, they're not.
They're not, but they're doing the same thing. Basically.
Yeah, that's what people found out. Is that when it comes to sports game, it takes very little effort, and you can put in as many microtransactions as you want.
It just ruined the sport game, to be honest.
Pretty
Then we're not
much.
gonna have no FIFA games, and there's gonna be no 2K games no more.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah, but this is what we're getting into when it comes to the sports era. I mean, obviously they all just try to make money, and then FIFA and EA Sports are just looking at their 1 billion tag every 4 years. And I'm saying we have to find a way we could go around this, right, and get those rights for maybe a less period of time. But it would be cheaper if we're getting for 1 billion. Fuck that, right?
right,
All right.
right.
So let's move on to the Rising. The hardware 11. What's only 11? Windows 11.
Okay, so for Windows 11, it's great for me, but
Yeah,
for other people who have a Ryzen, they say that most of the problem is with the Ryzen 2000 series. But essentially, what it is that when people looked at what was happening with their CPU,
Mm-hmm.
it was running slower. It was running a little bit slower, and so they were wondering why. It turns out Windows 11 has an issue with the mostly Ryzen 2 second generations when it comes to its cache. So the CPU cache, right? So CPU cache, you have three levels: 1, 2, and 3. 1 is the smallest, but it's the fastest. 3 is the biggest, but it's the slowest. And so whenever a CPU has to move data out of memory, the RAM, it has to go into the CPU cache so that it can get it ready to be processed next. That part right there, being in the cache, is what Windows is slowing down. And I don't know if it has anything to do with the Infinity Fabric or anything, because no one really knows. But or no, I've never really saw anything about it. But it turns out that's what's actually hurting the performance of the CPU. Anything that's above 2000 seems to be okay, but they're supposed to have a fix for it pretty soon. They already rolled it out to the beta users, and we'll see what happens next.
don't update to Windows 11, people. I mean, most of us can't anyway. I try. Everyone try. They all try.
Yeah, no. If you have a
Right.
Ryzen, if you have a Ryzen first gen, you can't.
Great.
You can't. If you have a Ryzen second gen upward, you can. But like I said, second gen is having issues. Third, fourth, and fifth are fine.
Well, thank God I haven't updated. Get a pain
Need
in
to
the
update
ass.
it. That's all we could do.
I'm gonna slow down computer. All right,
Yeah.
so we got good news, guys. Call of Duty has come out with a cheap game system to
You mean
battle
anti-cheat?
all those people who be cheating in their games. Jumping, be invincible and shit. And thank God we got an update because in the day of the launch, the cheaters came in and was like, you know what, this shit ain't nothing. Like Kenny, right? And they were able to beat the new system. So now people are like, oh, we just go back to the same old shit. Nothing happened.
Right.
So what do you think about
Yeah.
this, Kenny?
Yeah. I mean, this is that usually happens. I mean, we did a story a few months ago. Actually, it was like last year, I think, about another game. It was about Conan, the Barbarian or something like that.
Yeah, I remember.
Where they had DRM and it got pretty much destroyed immediately. The problem is like I said, like it seems that Call of Duty. Well, one, they let it get out of control, right? They let the hackers get out of control. Like I said, they just implemented this anti cheat like what 8 months after people were just done with the game because of the cheaters.
Mhm.
What happened was they probably saw the profits drop and they were like, oh shit, we need to do something about it. And then no, at that point it became too late.
Then they spend so little time and effort.
Right. And so like now I this makes perfect sense. I mean, like I said, there's a lot of money in hacking like this, right? There's a lot of money in making those kind of cheats. And if there's a lot of money in it, that means you can pay people to hack, which means you can pay teams of people to take care of anti cheat in one day, right?
Mhm.
And so I'm pretty sure that's exactly what happened. And Blizzard needs to stop playing and to just put in like real people to see who's doing what and just ban them. Now it's not gonna be be all, but it's better than trying to do an automatic one where it's like, well, I hope it detects the file and then I can
I'm just saying,
I
it
remember.
flag them.
I remember that there was a hacker, some streams that said like, you know what, you can ban me, but what happened? We just file the some files in the game that it make us suspend for like a whole month, and we
Yeah,
just make another file, and then we just make another account with the new file.
yeah,
So they can never stop it because they keep doing the same thing.
pretty much.
And since they have I think the scripts to
Yeah,
make that file happen, well, Call of Duty can't do shit. Warzone can do shit. So Warzone's there no matter what because the amount of people who can cheat in the game.
yeah, and that's the thing. Like immediately, it became
Big deal.
not a big deal, but it just became. It just went out of control. Like I said, it went out of control. They took too long to address it, and they essentially just let their game die. Uh, like it used to be like number one on Twitch for a long time. Now you'd be lucky if you see it in the top five anymore. So it's really sad, but it makes sense. It makes sense.
I
This
will
is
like
this is the
Call
what's
of
up?
Duty Warzone,
Yeah, yeah,
Oh,
Warzone.
Warzone, yeah.
but I believe that the cheats will never stop. They will ruin the game again. If another game come out, Call of Duty, they're gonna do the same because they don't have an anti-cheat system that could have a control of the cheaters on the
Well,
game.
at this
So,
point, it's just part of the game now.
Right, yeah,
Right?
yeah,
It's
pretty
just
much.
like they can do nothing about it. Um, do we have the same problem in Fortnite?
yeah, yeah.
I don't think it's as
And
bad,
bots,
but
and
they do have
bots.
cheaters. Yeah,
Yeah.
No.
So it was not a problem because I saw like Epic, right? Epic do something about like they banned the cheater like this couple of minutes
Yeah, but
when it
like
comes
can I
to
say you
Fortnite.
have to like spend all resources to do that? Make people sit down and start like administrating more. But
But to
they're
be,
gonna do that when they just pumping out Call of Duties every year.
pretty
I
much.
mean, all the cheaters just move off from what do you call it, from Warzone to
Yeah,
Apex,
yeah,
and
they
then
move
they
on
move
to
out to
every new
Battlefield,
game. You get me?
the
But
beta game Battlefield.
I think it's still enjoyable. But for those people who
No,
play like 24/7, I'm sure they're like, yeah, you get me. But for those people
Yeah,
who like me, who just get in to play once or twice, I don't think it will be a big deal. Either way, that's Call of Duty. Another L for them. Let's move
Undertale.
on to movies and streaming now. So, Marvel's Secret Invasion has begun filming, according to Samuel Jackson. I didn't even know this shit was gonna come out. Is this one of those movies that were in a timeline
what do you mean on the
in the
timeline?
universe, Marvel universe timeline?
Yeah, yeah, MCU.
I didn't even saw it. So, what's this one about?
Well, I don't know what the movie is going to be about, but in the comic book, it was about the scrolls. Essentially, what happened was the scrolls they quote unquote invaded Earth by like killing heroes and taking the body of dead heroes and just copying them because they can shapeshift.
Yeah,
So like they just shapeshifted into heroes, and then they found out. Well, like Shield and Nick Fury and all those guys. I think it was like Tony Stark, Captain America. There's a few people. They got together. They made the Illuminati, and then they
The
fought.
Illuminati.
Yeah, it's
no, no,
called the
that's how it
Illuminati.
is. Yeah, no, Illuminati.
Yeah, and
The
then they
Illuminati.
fought. And they fought against the Skrulls. But I think it was Norman Osborn. Yeah, the Green Goblin. Yeah, he created Hammer, which was the opposite of Shield,
Hmm.
and they fought. They beat they
The
beat the Skrulls, and so by beating the Skrulls, it went into Dark Reign, and then Dark Reign is Dark Reign.
I remember in some comic books that they shapeshift to Captain America. They like they what do you call it? They
Yeah,
roll
no,
Captain America and then they
yeah,
shapeshift.
yeah. There's a lot of side stories and stuff, but that's like the main point is that they took over. They took
Eric.
the appearance of some heroes. It took kind of like replace them, and they had to go
Yeah, I
fight them.
remember.
Yeah,
Well, I
that's
guess they started they started production for this. They started, yeah.
yeah,
This-
yeah.
So, I guess we're gonna see this on 2023. Nah, maybe
23,
next year. Maybe
24,
next
yeah.
year. Maybe next year.
24.
No, if they started filming, probably not next year. Probably 2023. Yes.
Oh, that's Marvel for you
I mean,
guys.
I have seen it in the show. The shapeshifter that they took what do you call it? They took all the Marvel Avengers and then they just shifted them to take over the war. I
Yeah.
remember correctly, and then it all changed when Iron Man just found Captain America again in space, and then he saved them. It's kind of gonna if it goes like that, I won't be surprised. To be
Well,
honest,
let's to continue the Marvel Studios, the universe, and whatnot. We have Hawkeye, the show, coming out on November 24, and it will launch with 2 episode premiere.
I mean we saw the trailer.
Wait,
Right?
how long is that each episode? 45 minutes?
I don't know. Most of the time, it's an hour.
So it's gonna have 2 hours.
Yeah, probably 2 hours. Yeah. They did the same thing with what was that show called? The Mandalorian. But I think
Yep.
they did 3
But
episodes.
are these gonna be on Netflix, on Disney, or on TV?
Disney Plus.
Yeah, Disney Plus. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so I can't wait for it. I mean, I'm gonna be able to
I
watch it.
think I'll be surprised if they get like 6 episodes to this.
Because I thought it was gonna be like Shield, where you had to go watch it on fucking.
No. It's gonna be in Disney Plus for sure. But I'm pretty sure it's gonna have like 6 episodes, just like what you call it.
We'll
Like
see.
the rest of the episode.
We'll see.
I'm pretty sure it's not gonna be like Vision and Wanda, the
Oh,
show.
WandaVision.
You Wanda, it's not gonna be like that.
We'll see.
But I could see the Dora take over the Hawk. Yeah, that's gonna happen. I'm pretty sure. Hawkeye, what you call it? Hero persona. I'll be surprised.
Okay. Yeah, we'll see. Maybe it's as good as the
Eh,
what's it called?
It just making like Black Widow is not gonna be the same Black Widow no more. So.
Which is the one that recently came out on Disney Plus?
Black Widow?
No,
The movie?
not the other one. The show. You know, the guy.
The Winter Soldier and
yeah, Winter Soldier and one.
Falcon and Winter Soldier.
Falcon.
Maybe it's just as good as that.
Yeah.
Because
Well, it's now it's Captain America and the Winter Soldier.
Yeah, Captain America.
Yeah, that's what I said. Like, maybe because that was a good show. I mean, it wasn't as bad. Just the ending was a little bit like, but it was a good show, even though it didn't last much. All right, so the Squid Game hits 111 million viewers, the biggest series launch ever. Netflix. I never understood this shit. I get it, the premise of the show, and it was like unique, and I heard about these people taking 10 years to actually getting a yes from a studio. Netflix obviously is struggling for content. Took obviously a shot at this, and it paid off, right? A lot of people are actually talking about it 24/7. I think we did mention this last week. People to this day, they're still relevant. I haven't watched it. Have you seen it, Kevin?
No, not yet.
Let's give him. I get the
Korean
premise.
survival game. Dude.
Yeah, I get
It's a
the
survival
premise.
game. If you have seen a lot of survival games, you're gonna like. If you've seen anime of a survival game of kids getting killed because of a
Yeah, if you
killing
see
games.
things like what was that? What was that? Battle Royale or
Battle Royale, like exactly like Battle Royale. But
yeah,
not those.
stuff like that. You're probably gonna enjoy it. If you enjoy those, you're gonna enjoy them.
No, it's like Battle Royale, like you said. It's just not really that, but it's just about money. Like in Battle Royale, it's about escaping, surviving your life. But in this one, it's about grabbing the money because everybody's in debt or somebody has some financial issues in the game.
Yeah,
And the whole point of the game is whoever wins at the end gets all the money.
right.
So it's all the people. It's about survival game, basically, killing survival game, and it's suspensive, it's horror, and it's drama. So a lot of people gonna love it. So I saw a lot of streamers and Twitch streamers and a lot of YouTubers love the fucking movie, love the fucking show. So I was like, oh, all right, people love the show, streamers love the show. They're gonna make a meme about it. It's gonna be really popular, and a lot of social medias are already talking about Squid Game. So I wasn't surprised that it's gonna be the most popular show for Netflix. So.
Yeah.
I mean, it has an interesting premise. Don't get it wrong. But I think it just went viral because people started making memes about it. Yeah, man.
Dude, they already bought the shirts, like the whole suit. The people are already asking like in Halloween time, they're all gonna dress as Squid Game
Yeah, but it's the
characters.
most unoriginal fucking costume ever.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but it's easy to get though.
Yeah. It's just
yeah.
jean shorts and put a fucking number in front of them. Kenneth, you gonna wear this shit?
Or what?
Sky blue.
No, yeah, for Halloween.
Nah.
Literally, just could put just one of those gray ones, put a fucking number, and say literally, you only have to bring the number. All right,
Nah.
so that's a Squid Game. It hits 100 million views. People go watch, check it out. Maybe.
You will like if you like Battle Royale, you will like Squid Game. It's just like
Yeah.
that.
Battle Royale, As the Gods Will, Alice in Borderlands, stuff like that. All those
Yeah.
kind of games, all of these where they have to do like challenges or they die. Like that's pretty much what Squid Game is.
Yep.
Well, talking about Battle Royale, let's move on into Epic Games and Fortnite. Apparently, they're considering making a movie about the whole fucking game. Obviously,
Oh.
it has to be animated, right? It cannot.
I don't know.
I
I
mean,
just
yeah,
don't
it's gonna be
know.
animated. It has to be animated. There's no way.
But
Yeah.
I just don't know what's gonna be the point of the movie. I
Right.
could see I could see like they're making stories about Fortnite. I could see some character skins that it could make as evil lore, like the Ice Queen. She could go my Fortnite movie. She could make a whole movie out of that. Like there's some skins that they could work in a movie.
You know what? Whenever I think about this, obviously it's just like that one game, that one movie. What was the name of that movie? It's based on
Oh,
a
the
book.
game,
It's based on a
the game.
book. No, it's based on a book.
No,
It's
Ready Player One?
Ready Player One.
it's
It
like
could
a
work for this.
mixture. It's like a mixture of Ready Player One with uh the Hunger Games. Have you seen the
Go
movie?
on.
What? Yeah, go
Have you
on.
seen like the trilogy, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so it's that the Hunger Games with a sense of Ready Player One.
Bro, Ray just saying Battle Royale, literally. That's what I'm saying.
This is a battle royale fucking game, but I mean, if you want to approach it as a movie, it will make sense to approach it as a Hunger Games kind of thing.
The thing is, the Hunger Games had one a broader point, but two, that was a story behind why they were there.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
There's no. I don't. But maybe there is to Fortnite, but I don't know what it is.
No, but I'm just saying, like, if you're gonna come up with a story that will make sense, an interesting story, you
Right.
take the Hunger Games approach where
Nah,
all these characters are sent to that place to battle each other, and
No.
maybe it's a huge prize at the end where, because you have the whole what make Fortnite so interesting at the beginning is because there was a closing circle that was they had some time limit. It was closing little by little until they had someone at the end battle. You get me?
no. When I came out, they have two sides: the Battle Royale and the other side story that you can grind to make weapons, make your basement better.
No, but
I think-
I'm just saying what really made it popular was the battle royale.
Yeah, but the movie could be deciding something else.
Yeah,
in
yeah,
Battle Royale.
they're gonna make a movie and they're gonna base it on something that no one really cares about. Obviously, they're not big care about the battle royale.
Nobody cares about the Battle Royale.
Nigga, that's the whole fucking game about, right?
The game is a game, but not a movie. There'll be something else for the movie. Why would you care about a movie about a Battle Royale game?
Ruben, I just said you could make it like the Hunger Games, where you have to come up with a premise of why all these people are being thrown in a battle royale.
Right.
You get me? So if you approach it in that side, I was like, okay, then I will be interested on whatever main characters they come up with, or whoever is the villain who is trying to battle out the main characters, right? Or it could be, in since this is about getting into groups of your friends, you could make maybe 4 main characters against another group. You get me? Almost like those like battle street battles, the music ones. Have you seen those like cheesy Disney battle movies?
Yeah.
Yeah, almost like that. That combined with some Ready Player One when it comes to like the video game sense and the style, and with a Hunger Games premise. And you know what? If they do that, then people are like, okay, I'll give it a go. I'll watch it on Netflix again, man.
I think Hunger Games would be too serious
No,
for Fortnite.
no Hunger Games. More like there's the reason why they're being thrown into this battle royale.
Yeah, of course.
It's not like it takes place in a fucking like futuristic time where there's like people on the top who are making poor people battle each other for survival. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be that deep. It's for kids time, you know?
Right.
Yeah, man. So, but if you're gonna come up with a premise, that would be an interesting premise to do.
Yeah.
But but if you do something stupid like you just throw them in there, like the Lego movie bullshit, then I don't think so. What are you gonna say, Kenna?
Well, no, I mean, I was gonna say that when it comes to Fortnite, I don't know what they can do to make this interesting. Like I said, Hunger Games is way deeper. But Fortnite is just Fortnite.
Now,
This is
like
really nothing.
I could see it both ways. Remember the zombie things that came out in Fortnite?
Yes.
I mean, I could see that happening, like in
The zombie
anim-
things?
Yeah, there was another, and when Fortnite came out, there was two places. It was Fortnite Battle Royale or Fortnite the other thing, the Storms thing. Like
Right.
you build your base and make your base and protect your base, and you have to go to these missions to like get some stuff and then repair your base, something like that. So that's why I feel like it's not gonna be about Battle Royale. It's gonna be something else.
Yeah, right. Like
Still Fortnite.
they're about to make a Fortnite movie about what what make actually Fortnite popular.
Yeah, they could do that, but yeah.
That will
Yeah.
be whoever does that will get fired as a marketing team
No, because what's the point of making Battle Royale?
to tag along to the fucking game.
The game is already dead.
No, but I'm just saying if you're gonna market the game with a fucking movie,
If they make it like if they're gonna make like a movie good, I see it more close to Ready Player One.
Roy,
That kind of
we just mentioned that.
Ready Player One is not a Battle Royale. It's not.
No, the style of the look, they have this look.
You were saying battle or whatever.
Okay,
Other way.
okay,
This time.
yeah, whatever. The way it's gonna be like the bird movie.
You know right now.
Have you seen it?
No, I'm not watching that movie.
The bird movie.
Nope.
Yeah, they made a movie. They actually made a movie. Sure.
Yeah, the Angry Birds. It's two movies.
Yeah. Okay, so apparently there's the story that the Wayne Johnson came forward with. I think he says that he won't come back. He won't back down from his being Diesel Food, the feud that they had.
Wow.
I mean, they had a problem since the first movie they made together, which is Fast Five. And I guess Vin Diesel didn't like the fact that Wayne Johnson came into the franchise, and he felt like The Rock was stealing the franchise for himself. And Vin Diesel
Right.
being this big name on the Fast and Furious franchise didn't like that. So I guess that became a problem from all the movies.
Right.
I mean, that's why they were saying like when he was making the movie, he said like, "Oh, I don't want Vin Diesel to be there."
Yeah, I mean, he said that Vin Diesel would show up late and all that stuff.
Yeah, it's like
To be honest, I'm gonna say that The Rock. I don't think The Rock has the how do I say this? I don't think The Rock really has like the credibility. I don't think that's the right word either, but I don't think he has the credibility to question Vin Diesel, right?
yeah,
Because if Vin Diesel, because like think about it, Vin Diesel shows up late to work, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, cool, but he still put on a good performance. You know what I mean?
yeah,
Like it's like if it's one thing when someone is like not showing up, not doing their thing, right? And then they don't try and they suck, right?
Mm-hmm.
But he's going out there and he's he's putting on the best performance he can. Hell, if it wasn't for Vin Diesel in the first movie, The Rock wouldn't even be in a Fast and Furious movie, right?
Yep.
And so it's like, or he wouldn't even have Hobbs and Shaw. And
Yeah.
so it's like, it's one of those things where it's just like, maybe Vin Diesel is too laid back. Maybe he doesn't show up on time. And I can understand how frustrating that is, right?
Mhm.
But if they do great work regardless, I don't think it's that serious. Like if they're sitting out here and they're putting on a performance that's like really good, I wouldn't really care that much if they're late, right? I wouldn't care if they're late, if they're doing a good job. And so and then on top of that, like I said, Vin Diesel has been around in Hollywood longer than The Rock, right? I just think that I kind of feel like The Rock is kind of like overstepping his boundaries a little bit because it's like Vin Diesel built Fast and Furious franchise. Like
Yeah.
Rock came in like 3 movies ago. Like you know what I mean?
Mhm.
Like three was it 3? No, they're on the 10th movie. He came in like five out of
Before,
Yeah,
5 movies,
okay.
but
yep.
yeah, he came in 5 movies ago. But Vin Diesel was there the whole time. Like you know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
So it's like, who is he to say like, oh man, you need to change the way you do things? You know,
Yeah, because I mean, The Rock is the most paid celebrity, Hollywood celebrity now because of the Fast and the Furious franchise. Even
right?
himself has said that Fast and the Furious saved his career.
No, but exactly. Well, that's what I'm saying. But he wouldn't even have that if it wasn't for Vin Diesel.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? Like that's what I'm saying. It's like Vin Diesel was there since the movie was like barely thought of. Because remember, like back in the day, they didn't want to do Fast and Furious. They didn't think it was going to take off the way it did. But Vin Diesel, he signed up for it anyway. Him and Paul Walker pretty much put in all the work.
essentially, yeah, they carry it.
Right. And so then like to come in like 5 movies later and then tell him he needs to change everything about it, even though like he's one of the people who like made the movie successful. I think it's like, go a little far, right? That's my feeling.
Well, it just the thing is that the problem with The Rock is that he has one of the most biggest like egos, or like self-sufficient egos. Like obviously he's a big name, right? But his aura is almost like, look at me. Even if he doesn't want to, because his personality is like that. You get me?
Yeah. I mean,
And I think that came off wrong between the two, between Diesel and Dwayne Johnson, because I'm sure one of them felt that and they didn't like that. Like, oh, you overstepping your boundaries a little bit. And The Rock was like, I'm just being me.
the thing is, like, I wouldn't even say like going that deep into it like that, but I'll just say that like if Vin Diesel showed up late to the set, in all the movies, right? I don't know if it was all the movies, but let's say he did it in all the movies. It shouldn't matter. Well, I guess it matters because though actors have like busy schedules, but it shouldn't matter if he's doing like a great performance.
Yeah, I don't think it's a big deal, but and the only reason why they brought it up, whoever it did, I think it was The Rock, was because it's the problem that they had between one another.
Right.
And like he felt, oh, he's doing it on purpose to bug me. Oh, he's doing it on purpose not to be as much time beside me. Like he has a problem with me.
Right.
So he brought it up. Oh, he's coming in late.
Yeah, but I wouldn't even I wouldn't even go that far as in put the thoughts in the head, right? I would just say like, they saw what they saw, he didn't like it. We talked to him about it, it didn't work out. They got mad at each other as a beef. Tried to squash it, didn't. I mean, at the end of the day, I just feel that, Diesel is a more seasoned actor here, right? He's the better actor, right?
Yeah,
I'm not even gonna lie. Like Vin Diesel was a better actor than The Rock.
Yeah, he did come out of fucking what's the name of that movie with Spielberg?
Which one?
The Spielberg movie. I was Saving Private Ryan.
Yeah. Vin Diesel was in Saving Private Ryan. Yeah,
and he was in other movies, honestly.
Yeah. He's won numerous awards, right? I mean, I guess The Rock has won numerous awards too, but
I mean, he's not the best actor in the world, but he's better than The Rock.
I mean, when it comes to the Fast and Furious saga,
yeah. I mean, like the
Vin
thing
Diesel.
is, but he does good voice acting work too. I mean, it's
Groot.
like Groot, Iron Giant, all that kind of stuff.
Yep.
And so I was like, I just look at it, I was like, who are you to like walk into the franchise and they start telling him, like the star of the franchise, the one who took a chance on it, the one who helped build it up, hey, you gotta change the way you are. Like you gotta change the way you're acting. Like, you know what I mean? Like who are you? Like I feel like he kind of overstepped a little bit because it's like I understand where the frustration comes from, but at the end of the day, it's like at the time this happened, The Rock really didn't have the clout to be making demands on other people like that. You know what I'm saying? Especially a person who was in the franchise way longer than he was.
Yeah.
So it's like that's why I'm just like that's how I kind of like I'm like I think The Rock like oversteps down a little bit.
Yeah, but I think it just they base it based on now that he's so popular.
Right.
He made a household name for himself.
Right.
And obviously his ego is all over the fucking moon. So much that he wants to become next president of the United States.
I think that was a joke.
No, it's not a joke. Bro, I seen in interviews he's so fucking serious. I know it's an outgoing joke because he keeps his name being talked upon. But bro, I can see it. He is an egomaniac. I could tell that.
All right, that's good.
It's true, and I could.
No, you don't know that. You don't know.
Bro, I can see through the fucking interviews. He fucking loves the idea.
Like I'm not trying to ascribe anything to anybody, right?
No.
I'm not.
I mean, even himself, he said that he loves the idea that he could easily become the next president of the United States.
I mean, that's fine. You can like that idea. I'm just saying that, like in terms of just keeping it towards the Rock and the Diesel's beef. Like, that's it. Not going into like their emotions or their thought process or anything like that.
Yeah.
No, but
at the end, we really don't know.
How another actor who has been the household name of the franchise,
right,
will feel some type of way when they bring someone like The Rock in.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, and that will make if the problem is not addressed right away.
No, but that's what I'm saying. Like that's I think that's the beef, right? It's like the Diesel's been on Fast and Furious since the beginning, since number one, and The Rock comes in halfway through the franchise, and then he walks up to Vin Diesel. He's like, "Hey, man, you gotta change the way you're doing things." I mean, if I'm Vin Diesel, I'm like, "Bro, like, who are you?" Like, at the time, his career was better. He's a better actor. He's been in Hollywood longer. Like, who are you to come to him, his franchise, and tell him that he's fucking up? Like, you know what I mean? Like you've only been in the franchise like two movies. He's been in the franchise like he wasn't in every. Well, I think he was in every movie.
No. Sean and Hobson hasn't. He didn't. He wasn't.
No. But Diesel was in it. Well, not. I mean, the main line for Fast and Furious.
Oh yeah, all of Fast and Furious.
I think he was in all of them. And so like it was like one of those things where it's like if I was Vin Diesel, I would kind of feel some type of way too. I'm not gonna lie. Like I'm like it worked out. The way he was acting worked out for all the other Fast and Furious movies. Why does all of stuff that have to change because you don't like it? Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I understand that, but I mean, there's always a time to be professional.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, and in the industry like that, yeah, like you're known for coming in at the time you want to come in, but like if you want people to respect your time, you have to do the same thing. And I guess that's maybe what the Rock was trying to say, because obviously he's a busy person too. He's trying to just juggle down, not just being.
But that's the thing, though, right? Because it's like we don't know how much of this is in like Vin Diesel's contract. You know what I mean? We don't know, like, because for all we know, it could be a clause like that where it's okay if he shows up late. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like but that's to say you don't know. Like we don't really know.
To them. Yeah.
Because, like I said, like Vin Diesel is not a small actor.
Yeah, he was the face of the
so right. So his contract is going to be way different from a lot of other people. It's like when you look at Robert Downey Jr. in the Avengers, right?
Yeah,
his contract is going to be way different than fucking who's like someone else who wasn't as big in the Avengers, like I don't know,
like the Black Widow or
Scarlett Johansson was a pretty good actor at the time.
Well, yeah.
Maybe the first
second Iron Man. She came out.
Yeah, second.
Okay.
So maybe the character who plays Thor, right? Chris Hemsworth, like he ain't gonna have the same contract as Robert Downey Jr. Mm-hmm. Like, you know what I mean? is Robert Downey Jr. Or even like Star Wars, right? The new Star Wars, Harrison Ford, I think his contract said he got like $75 million for just that small role, right? In Star Wars the episode 8.
I
Or was it 7?
think it's 7. Oh, the 8 is
Think
when he
what?
dies.
Yeah, the 8, man. So it's like for that small role, he got like $75 million for that. But he's Harrison Ford. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, he was Indiana Jones, he was Han Solo. Like, his contract would be different than Ray, the main character, right?
Yeah.
Or Daisy Ridley, I have to say, the main character who like just barely started acting. And so it's like we don't know how much of that was actually negotiated beforehand. So who knows, man? Who knows?
Well, we'll see what comes out of the beef. Obviously, it's gonna be an ongoing issue for. Remember when the Rock was obviously doing the Han and Shaw, and then he had an issue with what's it dude, the other dude, the black actor?
What? Idris Elba?
No, the other one.
Kevin Hart?
No, not Kevin Hart. Before it was when one of the second movie.
Oh, Tyrese?
Yeah, Tyrese. Remember how like Tyrese like made a whole, I don't know if you saw it, but made a whole
YouTube video.
No, it was made an Instagram video. You crying.
Right, yeah.
That he was gonna be out of he was gonna be out of a job. He was in death.
Yeah.
He taking like they took the custody of his one of her daughters,
Right.
and he was blaming the Rock. It's like, don't do this, break us. Don't break out and do your own thing. We need to make our own stuff. Don't do that. And then the Rock had to like call him privately.
Right.
Yeah, but that's another stuff. So let's move on to the Batman. Obviously, this is the new posters that just came out. It's coming. Apparently, there's a release date to there, March 4th. It's in theaters March 4th for next year, right?
Yeah. Huh?
So, what do you like the look?
I like the fact that. Okay. So asking you a question. No, I don't like all the red. I'm not gonna lie.
Look at this.
But when it comes to the Riddler, I'm happy that it's the Riddler. I'm happy that it's not like some kind of crazy villain. Because even though my favorite Batman villain is Mr. Freeze,
yeah,
I'm happy that it's not
the Schwarzenegger.
Yeah, no, not. But yeah, like even though I like Mr. Freeze, I'm happy it's not a character like that because like Mr. Freeze is kind of ridiculous, and so it's like the fact that it's a Riddler, like it's going to be more. It makes it feel like it's going to be more of a psychological movie than anything because now it's like the Riddler doesn't really fight like that, and so like I'm more interested in seeing it now that we know the time, we know the villain, we know all this stuff. So I'm more interested in it than if it would have been something else. But
I thought it was gonna be like the Riddler from Arkham.
no, see that Riddler is ridiculous. Like you know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
I like the non-ridiculous DC movies. Like I don't want to see Freeze. I don't want to see Poison Ivy. I don't want to see Arkham City, Arkham Knight, Riddler, where he had like the robots and all that stuff. Like I don't want to see that. I just want to see, good detective Batman. It's something we don't really see that often.
This is supposed to be that kind of take.
Yeah, this is supposed to be when he first started off as Batman. So he's more of a detective, which is what I like to see. Because like the new Batman is just like ridiculous, right? Like he's like
he could do everything. Like
he's like fighting gods and stuff. It's like, come on, man, you can't do that. That's you're human. Like you're just a normal person.
Superman.
Like like it's like even in Arkham, like you see him like pulling metal apart with his bare hands, and he's just like, come on, man, like average person, you're not Superman. Like you can't be doing this stuff. Doesn't make any sense.
So we'll see, kind of okay because Penguin's supposed to come out for like briefly, right?
Yeah,
they introduce the character. They always introduce Penguin.
Yeah, it makes
characters.
Sense. It makes sense. He does control the underworld pretty much.
I don't know why. Immediately when I saw the question mark sign, it reminded me of that poster from Dark Knight when like the Joker is doing that thing. Like,
Oh, the why so serious thing?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, but this is the Riddler. It's supposed to be the Riddler.
It doesn't look like the Riddler from far away.
It doesn't.
You know that face reminds me of that. Remember,
the picture, right? The picture doesn't do a good job.
You know what reminds me of that picture of that skull in the background with the glasses?
Yeah.
I don't know if you've seen like Jeffrey Dahmer. No, I know that's the serial killer.
Wow. I said Jeffrey Dahmer. I was like, nah. I think it's not talking about that.
Yeah, it's serial killer. No, it's Jeff something. It's just a comedian who does like comedy with puppeteers or puppets.
Right.
And then he has one puppet who obviously is some guy from the Middle East, and it's just a skeleton, right? Like a terrorist bomber, and it's just a skeleton with like what's it called? The dura.
I know you're talking about the ventriloquist.
Yeah. So that just remind me exactly when I saw the face. Looks like an alien. Or remember me of that alien movie? Remember that alien comedy movie from the fucking 90s? When he invades the Earth?
Oh, they start killing every.
Yeah, but it looks like
Independence Day.
Guys. No. It's almost like Independence Day, but it's a bunch of little guys like this that invade the Earth and they start killing everybody. It's just small guys with big head like that. Oh, you see him. Anyways, yeah, we can't wait to see an actual trailer or teaser. We might see that maybe at the end of the year.
Hopefully.
Yeah. So that story here, obviously we go back to Netflix, and last week I think we had a new Dave Chappelle comedy special, and in it obviously he makes fun of a bunch of but obviously he addresses a bunch of like hot topics or controversial topics that he's being involved with in, and how him talking about it and addressing the issues again is gonna make him get in trouble. And obviously he does it in his own fashion, comedic style, where people not just enjoy, whoever enjoys Dave Chappelle in general, but those people who tend to disagree with him will make a whole fuss about it. And that's exactly what happened again. And then I guess the group of people he's been talking about his in last Netflix special, at least the last three.
That was the last three,
the last three is being with his problem with the transgender community, as well as sometimes the feminism community, the feminist movement or whatever. And he tries to like come with his own sentences and why he got in trouble and why he thinks the way he thinks.
Yeah. So walk out.
So what happened essentially with this new special? He addressed the same issues. He talked about it. He made jokes about it. And now an employee from Netflix said, "Oh, I don't like the new Dave Chappelle special, and I think we should, like, the Netflix people should do something about it, right?" And what happened to that person is that they got suspended for a certain amount of time for putting that out there and trying to make a whole fuss about it against the company. All right, so that employee got suspended, and because of that, there's been a whole retaliation from their employees here in LA, and they're saying they're gonna walk down and they're gonna go in a whole like what's it called? They're gonna make. They're not just gonna walk out, but they're gonna go and do a whole what's it called? A
riot.
Not a riot. They're not riot. Is they're gonna go and
protest?
And protest, yeah.
All
right.
Great.
So, but the CEO of Netflix has doubled down, even tripled down, and they're saying that he's not gonna cancel Dave Chappelle. He's not gonna take out his special just because people are making a fuss about it.
Yeah, because Dave Chappelle makes a lot of money for Netflix.
Yeah.
And so that wasn't gonna happen. I kind of, I'm not gonna lie, I really don't care.
Yeah, most people don't.
I mean, about everything, right? Because it's just like, look, we all know that if Dave Chappelle makes fun of the transgender community, they're gonna come after him. They did it 3 times.
Look at Kevin Hart.
Yeah, but the thing is, like, they did it 3 times. So if you know they're gonna do it, why are you trying to poke the hornet's nest? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, why are you making this joke? Okay. Second, who cares if he's making jokes? That's also something I don't care about. It's like if he's making a joke about it, 9 out of 10, most people don't care. Are there going to be some people who do care? Yes, but most people don't care.
Yeah, but I think
And
go ahead.
and the reason I say I play on both sides is simple, right? It's like for some strange reason, people keep conflating this idea of censorship with consequences, right? If you're in this country, you're allowed to say whatever the hell you want to say.
Yep.
I can say it, you can say it, everyone can say it, right? But for some strange reason, people think they can just say whatever they want without consequences. That's the problem. People think they can just say whatever they want without consequences. If you have someone drop the N word right now on a stream, they're gonna face consequences. Doesn't mean they didn't say it. It doesn't mean they couldn't say it. They said it. But now you have to face the consequences of saying it. It's that simple. Dave Chappelle knew when he went out there and he spoke, he knew that when he made those jokes, they're gonna come after him. He decided to make them anyway. He made the joke. There was no censorship. He made the joke. You heard it, I heard it, everyone who watched the special heard it. There was no censorship.
Okay.
But the consequence is that those people are going to come after him again.
Okay.
Right? When it comes to the LGBTQ community, well, transgender people in general, just specifically, it's like he's going to make the joke because you keep coming after him.
Mm-hmm.
So why do you keep going after him? Because you go after him, he's going to keep purposely making the joke because he knows what the outcome is going to be. He's going to keep trolling you because you allowed yourself to be trolled.
Yeah, but the thing is,
so if you care, just leave it be.
Yeah, but the thing, even he speaks about that on his special in the last one at least.
No, I know, but that's what I'm saying. It's like every single time you have people on the internet talk about censorship. And I was like, if you're censored, why are you here? Why are you on here talking about this if you're so censored? It's like you don't care about the censorship because you're not being censored. What you care about is you want to be able to say whatever you want and feel no consequences for it. You want to be able to judge people without being judged. It's not going to happen. That's not how the world works. Everybody who talks about being censored, everyone who talks about, he should be able to make those jokes free. It's like, no, he shouldn't be allowed to make those jokes without criticism because no one should be able to do anything without criticism.
Yeah, but it's not that. It's just like people were saying that you should be allowed to say those jokes without like feeling like you're gonna get canceled for it. Yeah, I mean, yeah,
and I know that's what I'm saying, and I'm saying no, you shouldn't feel like you should be able to make those jokes without feeling canceled because it's like I said 100 times. If you don't want to get canceled, if you don't want people to know, if you don't want people to react to what you say, you know what you can do? You can shut the fuck up, or you can make it in the privacy where they're not there. As soon as you make it public, and this is what I'm so tired of, it's like people go out there and they expect to make millions of dollars saying whatever they want and have no criticism. Have it treated like they're private people. Like, no, you went out there on TV for millions of dollars. What did you think was going to happen? What the hell do you think is going to happen?
But the thing is, it's the simple fact that you should cave it into a very small group of people just because they feel it's got hurt.
No, but that's the thing. No one is saying you have to.
Yeah, but I'm just saying like it seems like the ongoing problem.
But that's the thing. It's not really a problem. You see what I'm saying? To me, it's not really a problem. I mean, not even just to me in general. It's not really a problem. It's like it's a simple thing. It's like I said, you decide to put yourself out there like that. Why are you expecting no consequences for putting yourself out there?
No, I mean, it's gonna happen regardless.
No, that's what I'm saying. It's like you're complaining about something that was always going to happen, no matter what. It was always going to happen because you decided to put yourself out there.
Yeah, but well, obviously, people are just saying, we shouldn't just make we should have put a lot of attention to it. But even Dave Chappelle is not. He's not even complaining.
Of course not. But what I'm
Right.
saying is, Dave Chappelle doesn't care because I say he's going to keep doing it. But the thing
Yeah.
is, like the people who are making these arguments, like, oh man, it's censorship. You shouldn't be able, like he should be able to make whatever joke he wants. It's like you're right. He should be able to make whatever joke he wants, and they should be able to criticize him for making that joke whenever they want to. You want to know why? Because they have just as much. It's like when we had that argument, right? When you have just as much freedom as everyone else, they can do whatever they want, just like they can do whatever they want.
Yeah.
It's like if you have the freedom to go out there and make the joke, they have the freedom to try to counsel you for making that joke.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not saying that they shouldn't. I'm just saying like, the level of repercussions that Dave Chappelle should face it shouldn't go that far, because there's not a real reason why he should get canceled.
I mean,
some people disagree.
It's the
with
thing
his
is,
opinion,
it's not.
yes.
The thing is, right? It's not a serious thing for us because we're not transgender.
Yeah,
For
but
someone else, they might be tired of that shit. It's like like those people. I think the best analogy I've heard was like like you walk up to a woman and then she gives you attitude and then she doesn't want to talk to you anymore. And a lot of people go out there and they're just like, oh, that's fucked up. Why is she giving you that kind of attitude? Yeah, to you it might be messed up because you just met her, but for her, she probably had to be dealing with that all day, and she's probably just tired of it. It's like someone's personal experience is going to dictate how they act. And the point is, what I'm saying is that when you enter that public space, you're putting that interaction out there with those people, just like what they do when those people go out online and they talk about when those people go out online and they say those things, they're putting it out into the public. It's like they could criticize Dave Chappelle trying to get him canceled just as much as people who are criticizing them for criticizing him could try to get them canceled. Because that's what happens when you put it out in public. It has to interact now. And that's what people are complaining about. They're complaining about that interaction. And I'm just like, I don't care, because that's what happens when you go out into public. When you decide to put it into public, you put it out into the public, you allow people to be able to criticize you. Right? You allow that kind of thing, or else you don't put it out there. It's just that simple.
Yeah, I understand what you're saying, and you're right. You're right. It doesn't matter. Like, we've seen what happened with Bernie Sanders. We've seen what happens in politics all the time, right? Regardless of what you say or what you stand on, there's gonna be people they're gonna disagree with you. They're gonna try to, obviously, make you stay quiet. Don't say things like they don't want the people to hear. Yeah, but I'm just saying everyone is free and entitled to say whatever they want to. It's just that it's really annoying to see how it's, for example, like you said, oh, just because we're not those people who are being made fun of, right?
Right.
That doesn't mean that we should give them the freedom to criticize us, right?
Right.
And if you put it that way, to give an example, like maybe in this case, the Latino community, right? Obviously, there's been obnoxious jokes about the Latino community or Mexicans or Latino or just Latino in general all the time. But you don't, and even if some people speak out and say, "Oh, you shouldn't say those things about us," that's very ignorant. And I'm sure acknowledge is like, yeah, there's some things that some comedians might say that will come out as ignorant. But I'm not gonna come out of my way and say, you know what, you all of you motherfuckers should be canceled, all of you, and I start making a big fuss about it. Yeah, I mean,
but some people. My point is, some people will.
Yeah, some people will. So, but it's still it doesn't matter.
But the thing is that the reason why I say that some people will is because that's the consequence of putting it into the public. Now you have to interact with all those different points of view. Now you have to deal with all those different points of view because you made it public.
Yeah, but that's exactly what Dave Chappelle is doing in his specials.
Right, no, but that's what I'm saying. So, like, yeah, you'll find it annoying. That's fair, right? I'm not saying that's a wrong thing to say that it's annoying. But just as you find transgender people complaining about it annoying, transgender people find it annoying that he keeps making jokes about it. You see what I'm saying? Like, you see how that works? It's like just because people want that freedom doesn't mean it gets taken from everyone else.
Yeah, but most of his jokes comes out from his own experiences.
Okay.
So when he says that, when he tells his stories about his own experiences, and he makes jokes about it,
Right.
he says, "Why I cannot make jokes about my own experiences at the expense of obviously, kind of like poking a joke on your community." You know what I mean?
Right.
When I do the same thing with everyone else or about all of them experience.
And the thing is, and their criticism comes from their own experience.
Uh-huh.
Everything comes from everyone's personal experience. That's how it works.
Yeah.
As I said, the only thing that happens is that it gets put into public. And then when you put it into public, you know, if you making $50 million off of doing this, say, hey, I want to be a comedian. I want to be famous. I want a lot of people to know who I am. I'm gonna crack all these jokes. What do you think is the consequences? They're not gonna just give you $50 million. No, you're putting it public, so you got to deal with all that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, people who go on Twitter, right? Having a Twitter account is a privilege. Most people in the world don't have a Twitter account. So what you end up having is you put it out there to the public. Now you have to deal with the consequences of that. Some are going to be positive. Some are going to be negative. Some can get you canceled. Some can get you hired. Some can get you uncanceled.
Yeah,
right?
I know what you're saying.
So can make it a better place. But the thing is, you have to deal with all those interactions because you made that choice. Yeah. And so if you find it annoying, if you don't like it, if you're upset, what you can do is, like I said, you can shut up. If you don't want to shut up, that's fine. That's fine. You don't have to shut up.
Yeah. Yeah,
but at the same time, you can't go around and complain. Why do you talk about my stuff like that?
No, but in this case, I think what I want to get at is like, I think there's not enough of a good reason behind why he should get canceled.
No, there's no good reason for you. See, that's the mistake you're making. There's no good reason for you. For other people, there's plenty enough reason, right? You can never tell how someone would react to something. That's why we have certain rules in society. Like, why do you think people say keep your hands to yourself? Because you hit somebody, to you, if you tap somebody on the shoulder, right? To you, that can be like, oh, this is just a tap on the shoulder. To someone else, they could just not like being touched, and it could send them off into like some kind of rage, or they might even have a mental disorder. But the thing you don't know, because when you start interacting with other people, you don't know. And so it's not, so to you it might be something little, but to other people it might be something huge. Like, to Dave Chappelle, it's not that serious, right? To him, for getting criticized for making transgender joke, it's not that serious. Dave Chappelle, he doesn't care. He said that, right? But for other people, it can be like the end of the world, and they've said that. Right? You've run into people who got so pissed off about people criticizing them for like what they believe to be no reason. But that's how it works. That's why I can't say I care, because it's like, when we make this podcast, it's the same thing. You think that there's not gonna be people out there who are gonna disagree with what I'm saying right now?
Yeah.
But I chose to put it out there. I chose to put this idea out here. I'm choosing to put this idea out here. So I have to deal with that. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Or else I could just be like, oh well, no comment. But I didn't say that. You see what I'm saying? So that I have to deal with the consequences, both positive and negative. That some people are going to agree, some people are going to disagree. Some people are going to sit there, they're going to call me the N-word just because they feel like it.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? But that's just how it works, man. That's what happens when you're in a public space. That's just how it works.
Yeah.
So I can't really be mad at anybody, because when you put your ideas out there, they have the right to be criticized now. They just do that.
And I get it. And you're right. Both ways should be allowed. But regardless of what, right? When you put yourself out there, you have to welcome any kind of criticism.
Right.
Right.
It's like one of those things, right? Like, it's funny because like people accept this and everything else, right? If you go to McDonald's every day, you can't blame McDonald's if you got fat, right?
Yeah.
You chose to go there every day. You thought the food was delicious.
Yeah.
So it's your fault.
Yeah.
Same thing. In this day and age, you have the power to get people canceled. If that's something that you fear, keep your thoughts to yourself. If that's something you don't fear, go right ahead. But if you get canceled for it, remember that was something that was out there. That was an option out there. It's just like anything else. If you know some people have guns, you have a choice. Do you want to interact with that person or not?
Mm-hmm.
If you're afraid of being shot, don't interact with that person.
Yeah,
If you're not afraid of being shot, then go interact with that person. But if he shoots you, that's on you.
But we go into a very fragile situation where, you know, like you said, like if you don't want to get canceled, you want to get if you don't want anything like this to happen to you, just don't say anything. Don't even speak your mind, because like if you don't want to face any kind of backlash or consequences or criticism, it's better just stay quiet. No, because
but the thing is, because what I'm saying is that you have to understand the dynamic at play. What people are complaining about. Think about it this way, right? What people are complaining about, what people are criticizing, are the transgender community criticizing Dave Chappelle. So it's okay for them to criticize the transgender community, but it's not okay for the transgender community to criticize Dave Chappelle. You see the issue? It doesn't work that way. You can't have it both ways.
Yeah, but their criticism is what I guess most people don't agree upon. Because
that's fine.
But even Dave Chappelle is like, yeah, I try many ways, not just to bring awareness or to even bring up the issues that they have with me and whatever I'm thinking of, or what kind of jokes I'm making. I'm trying to make a rational observation of what's going on here. But even if I do that, is they still gonna get mad at me for no reason? Oh, not for no reason. Is they still got me for a specific reason that they in their head said that I'm wrong about. You get me? And he said, I'm okay with that because I can't do anything. You could like maybe he could do his own cleanings on his own conscience about what he has said and done.
But that's the key. But see, that's what I'm saying. That's the key. That he's okay with that.
Yeah.
Now I don't think it's him, but like I said, if you're okay with that, you can't then come out complaining later that I'm tired of it.
Well, he
can't do it.
He was tired. He just annoyed by the fact that obviously he has already acknowledged that he wasn't the wrong sometimes. Right. And he has then it doesn't matter how many time he does it, he has to face the consequence of everyone else being like, whenever I encounter someone who doesn't who has only grasped on the problem, which is him making jokes about the transgender community, saying, okay, I met this person and she or he or whatever it is, they tend to just know what I have said before, that their community disagree completely,
right?
But they have not come to actually think about the stuff that I said to redeem myself, right? Or to actually try to understand where they're coming from, right? I mean, it's just like maybe him complaining about the fact that it's impossible for him for everyone to understand or to actually fully listen to what he's saying, right?
Okay.
It's almost like any other politician, right? Like for example, Bernie Sanders has to repeat himself all the time in order for him to understand where he's coming from, because he's always going to encounter every person where he says, "Oh, communism is bad, socialism is bad," and then obviously Bernie Sanders has to come and say, "Okay, let's have a conversation on what that means." Right, but he has to repeat himself. He has to repeat himself to every single person. You know what I mean? Yep. Because that person is not at the same level. You get me? When it comes to the information, or
right, but that's the thing. But that's the battle that he chose to fight.
Yeah, but
you know what I'm saying, it's like if it's like I said before, if your worry is you want people to look at what you've done for the transgender community and not just focus on the joke, then don't make the joke. You see what I'm saying? Like, don't make the joke. If you know people are going to focus on the joke, don't make the joke. If that's not something you want, if you don't want people to focus on the joke and you want people to focus on what you've done, talk about what you've done, don't make the joke. Or make less jokes and talk more about what you've done. But if that's not what you want to do, then it's not going to happen. Because the thing is like what we're complaining about, or people are complaining about, it's essentially just human nature. Humans focus on negative things. Maybe it's maybe it's because it's a secure not security, but survivability thing.
Mhm.
Maybe who knows, right? But people focus on the negative, tend to focus on negative more than a positive, right?
Mhm.
So if he knows the outcome, why poke the hornet's nest? It's like I said, why poke the hornet's nest? If this is really something that concerns you,
Mhm.
that bothers you, why continue to put your hand on the fire? Why? It makes no sense.
Yeah.
But if it does something that doesn't bother you, cool. Put your hand on that fire as much as you want.
Yeah.
Right?
Okay.
I'm not gonna stop you from putting your hand on the fire. I'm not gonna stop you from poking the hornet's nest. But if you poke the hornet's nest, you gotta deal with the hornets. If you put
Yeah.
your hand on the fire, you gotta deal with the burn.
Yeah.
All I'm saying is that if once you put it out there, like it, hate it, you gotta deal with those consequences. Positive, negative, you gotta deal with that positive consequences.
Yeah,
That's what
and I agree
that's your
with you.
choice.
It's just like obviously I think it's not a big. Well, I believe it's not a big deal.
I mean, yeah, because the thing is like, because I get where everyone's coming from, but that's just not the world we live in. You see what I'm saying? That's
Well,
just
no,
not the world we
no,
live
no,
in.
no.
But I don't think ever, right? That's not the world we live in. Like people are going to react to what you say. That's how it's going to work. That's how it's work. That's what it is.
Yeah.
Like we could try to be like pretend like, oh man, it shouldn't be that way, but that's what it is.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
so your choices are the choices you have in the system that exists right now. Say it, get criticism, or don't say it. That's simple.
Basically,
but-
say those just suffer the consequences of saying it.
Yeah,
Basically.
I understand. I understand what you're trying to say, and yeah, you're right. You're right. But I just think, well, whatever.
Yeah, I
We
mean,
could
I know that this conversation was only put here because we padded out the time. That's why I engaged in it.
No, we don't, because the thing is, we could
But
go in
that's what I'm
circles
saying.
and circles about this topic. You know what I mean?
Well, yeah, because it's a cylindrical thing. It's just
it's just
it's a simple argument. My opinion, I think the argument is very simple. That's why.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's so simple. Like, if you don't want to, people to criticize you, just to put yourself out there like that, or face the consequences, right?
Right.
Which
You're either okay with it or not.
It could be negative or positive. All right, then, guys. I think we run out of time. About to be 9. So make sure to check us out next week when I come back. Maybe we could have the whole group together this time. Our social links are gonna be down below in the description. Make sure to check them out. See you guys next week. You have anything to say, Kenneth?
No, not really.
Not really.
See you next week.
Watch Squid Game, brother. It's a good go show.
Anime.
I would say anime.
He's right. It's a good anime.
The Battle Royale. Think about Battle Royale.
All right, guys. See you guys next week.